Are we planning for the future with a knowledge of how extreme storm events can be?
East coast lows are intense low pressure systems that form off the east coast of Australia.
If we didn't have those east coast lows, the reservoirs would be empty.
They are often associated with gale force winds, with heavy rainfall and with dangerous surf. They can lead to coastal erosion, also inland flooding, but importantly, they often bring that heavy drenching rain that fills dams along the coast and the tablelands. The Esky East Coast Lows project has delivered new and important information about East Coast lows and their impacts on New South Wales.
As an example, we did some runs for the Pasha-Bolka storm in 2007. More than a month's rainfall fell in less than 24 hours. We ran our hydrological models assuming that that rainfall didn't happen. What happens when you take out that Pasha-Bolka storm is that the water levels in the Newcastle-Hunter region become critically low. So that's how important they are.
We need to know about how they form, how they impact us now, and importantly, what will happen with East Coast lows with climate change.
In addition to that, we're also looking at the long-term past, so 1,000 years prior to instrumental record.
The evidence of large storm wave events are imprinted in our coastline. Large flood events are recorded in our sediments, and large rainfall events are recorded in our caves.
What we see in our instrumental records for the last 50 or 100 years doesn't capture the full range of variability that has existed in the longer term past.
This Esky project enabled us to provide a platform by going back 1,000 years to assess the current storm frequency as well as the projected storm frequency and intensity out of climate models.
The big changes we're seeing is really a decline in the frequency of East Coast lows, particularly in winter. But if we think about the really large and damaging East Coast lows, the sort of 1 in 10 year type of event, then we see something a bit different. We see that there's actually very little change in the frequency in winter, but we see an increase in the frequency in summer.
In the past, it's been really hard for people to find information on historical East Coast lows unless they were a really big event. This is the first time that there's been an objective East Coast low database that people can just have a look at. It's available to insurance agency, to local government, to emergency managers, and to anyone who wants to look at this data and thinks it could be useful.
We now know more about how East Coast lows have affected our coast in the past. We know how important they are for water security now, and we know a lot more about how they may change in the future with climate change.
Yes, they bring flooding and heavy seas and damage, but we do also rely on them quite heavily.
This is valuable information that local governments and planners can use to ensure that we build the right infrastructure, the right stormwater systems, the right drainage systems, and we can ensure that we have a secure water supply into the future.